Hey Pop Rockers, how are you tonight? Paul with you again this evening. We've got a special guest coming up very, very shortly. If you don't know the young guy, the guy's name is NEDR. Ned. So NEDR is going to be joining us very soon, and we're going to be talking about his new track, Stood Here Too. Now, if you haven't heard NEDR's new track, Stood Here Too, I suggest you head over to Spotify and YouTube and check it out. It's a great track. And here he is, the man himself, NEDR. How you going?
Hello, how are we? Good.
That's good. So, again, 2 nights in a row, we've had technical difficulties, but we seem to have overcome them, and here we are.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
Got there in the end. We did indeed. Hey, your track, Stood Here Too, is a great track. I'm just going to put it on quickly.
Awesome.
So people can have a bit of a see. And so was it fun making a film?
Yeah, it's the first time doing like a nicely shot video. I've done one before, but this was a nice quality.
Yeah.
With thankfully one of my friends, Pat Taylor from Hustle Media. It was just a day of filming, and it was just really simple and just candid, and he just minimal direction, and it was just really nice. The first actual cut of the thing, I was really happy.
No, it's really effective. It looks really cool. It's really cool. I totally enjoyed it every time I watched it. So guys, if you're listening in and you want to see what the film clip is, recognise the film clip there. There's NEDR, and he's having a bit of fun. And apologies if you hear the dogs bark. It's the studio dogs, Terrence and Chewy. They like getting part of the conversation too. So hopefully they won't be annoying us too much. But all right, we'll just close that one down. And we'll get into the conversation, and I'll flip the screens back over. So tell us about They Stood Here Too. What was the inspiration behind the track? How did you come up with it?
So it was from a friend. We was packing up. Sorry, I've got a massive delay in my ears. I might just
take
have them over for a second. It was from a friend that was packing up her late grandfather's home. And essentially part of the kind of grieving process that goes with that, and sort of the weird kind of paradox of taking down like photos or taking away furniture and making a home seem new, as it says in the second verse, seem new again. But also with the hope of eventually seeing them again one day, which was kind of the main theme around it, and also the imagery of the sun as well, kind of going down, but it always comes back. That memory will always continue to live on. With it.
Because the song really matches the film clip too, especially when you described it like that. You can, you can actually, the orange in the background. It's all very quite haunting, and it's really effective. It's a great little track. Now, when you sat down to write it, did you have any? Do you have any processes you go through when you write the song, or did it just sat down and said, I'm going to write myself a song, and it come out? How did you come up with it? How did you write the song?
So that story was I was having that conversation with my friend. I thought that's a great topic for sure. And I sat down. I think I posted actually the first sort of figuring out the riff on Instagram, which I've got a video of kind of the behind the scenes of that as well. You can see that actual clip. And then I sat down with my mate Dominic Dale, who's done a lot of my production and recording for the past couple of years. And he kind of helped me nail down that melody, that main riff line. And we just sort of just went from there and just kept writing. I remember saying I really want that imagery of the sun as well in it. And we just kept back and forth with ideas. We made a full first demo as well. It sounds pretty the same to the actual finished track. We really take it in a totally different direction, tone-wise, when we got into Studio 301.
Oh, cool. Now, I want to ask you about, you've got a couple of tracks on YouTube and things like that. So you've obviously had a few songs out there, and how long have you been playing for?
Probably been playing guitar since I was 13, 14.
Yep.
I mainly actually had drum lessons first. Was my first instrument I learned, which I think kind of set me up for a lot more other instruments, kind of the rhythmic side of things.
Yes.
Made it very transferable. But ukulele was actually first stringed instrument that I played, and then moved to guitar.
Oh, cool. Now you won a competition. You won the Fenders Players Plus competition. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah. So entered that. And I remember I was at a wedding actually, a mate's wedding, and they were all kind of. I was there for the whole wedding. No, it was during the signing. I was like, wasn't sitting anyone next to anyone that I know. I was like, I might check my emails. And I see this email from saying that, congratulations, you have won. Freaking out. I'm like, what do I do? I can't tell anyone. I got to be quiet for the next little bit. So that was crazy. Like it's awesome program that has just found quite a lot of people that don't have a lot of following. Given this awesome opportunity to record 3-1. So we spent the day there filming and recording. I realised how long it takes to record drums. And so we didn't get the whole song done. We actually ended up going another extra 2 or 3 days. Thankfully, the engineer really loved the song and wanted to keep working on it and finish it.
Oh, that's good.
And Fender did some interviews as well there, and got a nice guitar out of it as well. Part of the new Players Plus line.
Yep.
We came back in and re-recorded again because we just kind of stuffed around with the drums a bit too much, made it too overcomplicated, and so we're like, calm it down, make it simple, and just let people lock into it.
Yeah. So out of all your songs, you got Stood Here Too, About You. You got a couple of About Yous on YouTube. Happy Too and Movie. Which one is your favourite?
I think it's between another one, Bethany, and also Stood Here Too, just for like the sheer variety that comes through with that. Because I also like Bethany's song is very R&B as well, and it's something like I don't ever want to stay in one genre. I want to continue to just do everything as long as production is consistent.
Do you get to hip hop?
I do enjoy listening to it. I haven't dabbled in it myself, but would love to. I think that would come out more, definitely through collaboration.
I think one of the songs I was listening to, one of your songs, I can't remember which one, I thought, wow, you had the same the vocal techniques. I thought you'd do pretty good at some R&B and some hip hop in there as well. You yourself personally, creating and producing it. So if you ever give that a shot, let us know. We'll have a listen too. But,
definitely.
So now, I'm just going to do a couple of plugs here. We've got to promote ourselves, so just let me press this button for a second.
Pop Rock Radio, streaming classic hits from the 80s till now. poprockradio.com.au.
So if you're listening and you don't know what Pop Rock Radio is, that's our website and our app where people can listen to tracks like NEDR's Stood Here Too. We promote Australian music on Pop Rock Nation, and we play normal music, normal contemporary music and pop music on Pop Rock Radio. So you can download the app and listen to NEDR on there. Now, we're going to throw it open. We've got a few people listening and watching on Facebook, YouTube, etc. If you want to send us a message, simply type it in the message of the stream and we'll get it, and we can flick that through onto to NEDR, and you can answer some questions. Now, back to NEDR. Now we've done all our promotional stuff. A word from our sponsor, which we're sponsoring ourselves with this. So you got your guitar with you there.
Yes.
Take us through some of the song, and maybe your first couple of chords, and just talk us through it. Explain how you're feeling when you're creating
Because I remember not being able to keep up with Dom's writing actually, because I was trying to. We hadn't recorded it in yet. Yeah, definitely heavily influenced by John Mayer.
Yeah.
Obviously, which I've only I've been told, nicely, that I remind people of John Mayer.
That's good.
More so in guitar, I think, than voice. And yeah, so I definitely was like along that line of it feels very John Mayer, it feels very laid back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just just very open.
Yeah.
I just wanted to draw people in that way.
It's a really really smooth little riff. It's like
Yeah, it's taken a while to get a handle of singing and playing it
yeah.
at the same time. I think the biggest thing when writing it was more so the bridge.
Yeah.
We didn't actually have that bridge down before we got into the studio.
Yep.
We had like rough chords, and I think that's what I really love about music in terms of it was like, hey, we've got this chord progression. Like let's start looping it for the next like 10 minutes and just add layers and layers and layers.
Yep.
So that was really the best part of doing it. And whether I should have added a solo or not, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah, it's worked out really well.
Yeah. Anything else I should be? I feel like I've gone off.
Nah, you're going well. Hey, do you get out performing?
Yeah. I've taken a bit of backseat at the moment because I'm finishing off actually an album at the moment. So hoping to get that out in the next couple of months. But for the meantime, I've just been busking actually in my local area.
Yeah.
So I'm in like Epping sort of way, and so I do like West Ryde, Eastwood, and doing that, which I really enjoyed a lot more. I've kind of been sadly a bit burnt by pubs and clubs.
Yeah.
So I did it for like 3 or 4 years. I just realised it was just a bit, for me it was just a bit demoralising.
Yeah.
And a bit hard to push through.
With the venues and the pubs, do you find it that it's getting harder and harder to get into venues to play?
Your pubs, your cover gigs, they're reasonably okay. A lot of the time, pubs will go through their agent, so they're not too worried. They're just like, we'll tick a box, and we'll get you in. But I think it's there's also a good amount of like small venues. One that come to mind right now, Kelly on Kings in Newtown.
Yep.
That are nice, like kind of 30 to 40 person sort of venues, which you can hire and put on shows for, which I'm really keen to do this year, which I haven't done my own shows of, so I'm keen to do that.
Well, what we want to do, we'll have to touch base a bit later on. We want to do like a paid event on Facebook. Where we set you up and you get to sit there and you can actually play to your fans all over Facebook and over the internet that can't get to the club for you. So we'll have to get together and
definitely
smash it out, get it sorted, and
100%.
get more people listening. So, how many tracks on the album have you got laid down?
So there'll be another 12.
Yeah. Another 12, did you say?
Yeah. So this one, because it was recorded in 301, it doesn't really match up to the quality of recordings of the album. There's another whole other 12 that'll be part of it.
Oh, wow. All along the same sort of like theme, or is it any more rocky type?
Definitely a lot of rock tones, especially because I come from a bit of a worship background as well. So like very guitar heavy. As well, like your soft rock sort of stuff. So it's a big amalgamation of all those styles of rock, funk, R&B, all together.
Cool. Now, I've got it here in my notes that this is what has been said about you: a raw and honest storyteller capable of weaving melodies and passionate narratives with intimate ease. Head's vast sonic scope, traversing everything from jazz to soul, alternative, R&B and folk, has seen him rapidly turn heads in a short space of time, which is pretty. Yeah, we heard the song and we were like, wow, that's pretty cool. So, but when you were saying that you were been compared to the stylings of John Mayer and things, but I was listening. I couldn't. Normally, I can hear an artist. I go, oh, you sound like such and such, or you get the song similar to whoever. But I couldn't actually pick anyone. I couldn't compare you to anyone. I couldn't
Right.
I just didn't know. So that's one thing that caught me as well, is that I could sit there and listen to it over and over and over again.
I appreciate that.
Which I'm hoping that everyone who's listening in is going to, after the show, head over to Spotify or YouTube and have a listen. But right now, we've got our 10 questions for our segment to get to know NEDR.
Righto.
So are you ready for these?
I am. By the way, you pronounce NEDR the correct way. People have I don't even know how I should pronounce it.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like my last name was stage name enough. So NEDR, whatever you like. But you've done well, is what I'm saying.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I've just sitting there practicing all day going, is it?
Yeah, sorry, 10 questions.
It's pretty good because it's a good rap name as well.
Okay.
NEDR's in the house on the upper, lower, east, west side.
Very good.
Alrighty. Okay. These are 10 randomly selected questions.
Okay.
Right, so, if you can pass if you want.
Okay.
But I don't think you're going to need to pass on some of these. These are pretty
Okay.
straightforward emails. First question. Fill in the gap. I can't live without.
Guitar.
No. Your favourite singer or band?
Between two, Lizzie McAlpine, a band, and the band Camino.
All right. A food you can't get enough of?
Chicken. Chicken's just so versatile.
The last pic you took on your phone? You don't have to show us this.
Like a not a screenshot photo that I've liked on.
Okay. Just something taken there. Last pic.
I work at a school. I do groundskeeping, and I took a photo of something that I think needed fixing. It was a wall that had lots of moss and stuff on it. I was like, mental note of need to get back to that.
Yeah. There's a note actually in the notes. It says when you're not playing your music, well, not playing, it says you can be found working as a maintenance man at a local school, playing sport, knocking back a few coffees, all of which inevitably lead to talking about playing music.
Yeah.
Do any of the kids at school like talking to you about your music? Do they listen to your music? Do they know you play music?
The principal knows.
Yeah.
I have a really good chat with him about music. And that's fun. I haven't been there. I've been there for like 6 months.
Yeah.
No, 4 or 5 months. But anyway, not enough to. I haven't engaged conversation with anything. I used to work also in childcare as well, and the kids did enjoy that and spoke to me about the music video, another music video that I did. But I haven't got there yet. But the teachers, yes.
Oh, cool. Next question was, what is your best feature?
My eyes, blue eyes.
That question always stumps people. So
Yeah.
What was the first album you bought?
See, I think I was too young to buy. So I bought 999.
Yeah.
So not too young. But and I remember having an iPod Nano and all that sort of stuff. But it was more mum and dad purchasing.
Yep.
Um,
Well, the first piece of music you consciously took, other than your own.
Diesel would be up there.
Yeah.
Little River Band, stuff that my dad listened to.
Yeah.
And I just remember when I was in primary school, I remember there was a span of time that I couldn't sleep well, and I listened to, I think, Continuum.
Yeah.
Falling asleep, yeah.
Alright. Are you Star Wars or Star Trek?
I'm neither. It's bad. It always gets brought up. Have you seen Star Wars? I'm like, I haven't dabbled, but I have seen the majority of the James Bond movies, which I think is a bigger feat.
So James Bond, yep.
Yeah.
I'll leave that one to the last, I think. Are you Coke? That's Terrence dragging his feet. I do have puppy cam set up, so when they annoy me, I just get them on and they calm people down. But next question. Coke or Pepsi?
Recent Pepsi convert.
Yeah, Pepsi convert. I've got to add in there LA Ice because some people have been choosing
yeah. I got around that too.
Other than your genre of music, what is your favourite to listen to?
I think rap. Yeah, definitely.
And final question. This is the first time this question's come up, so this will probably make you think.
Okay.
What is your best memory?
Whoa. Oh no, that's too hard. No, give me a moment.
It's a tricky one.
It is. There's too much.
That question's come up, so yeah.
I'll go to the most recent thing. Is like being at 301.
Yeah.
So that's kind of up there at the moment. I'm trying to think of another one though.
That's pretty cool. But hey, another question. Are you getting much airplay with your song? Is anyone picking up, other stations picking it up, or have you had any feedback from other stations?
Not much yet. My PR company is doing that right now and is hitting people up. But not a lot recently.
Is your music on AMRAP?
I don't think I've done this release yet, just yet. But yeah, I need to.
Yeah, because AMRAP, I've spoken to a few people. They've said that AMRAP, there's a few stations picking people up from AMRAP, which is really good. Seeing that stations are getting involved in picking artists up out of a pool of Australian artists, because that's, that's what we're trying to do with Pop Rock Nation, is to build our collection of local artists, promote local music, and seems to be working so far.
Yeah, I'll get onto that then.
Yeah, you'll make sure you do. So, and keep us in mind when you release your album, so we can have a listen and promote your album. So,
Definitely.
Well, it's getting to that time of the evening. We've still got a few people out there listening in and watching in. This is the last opportunity to shoot NEDR a question. If you've got a question, have anything you want to ask him, find out when he's playing next or busking next. Get down to give him some support. Flick us a quick message.
I'm actually busking this weekend. If you must know.
Yeah.
I'll be out in West Ryde.
West Ryde. Yep.
Busking around there, and the following week I'll be at Eastwood Plaza.
Well, there you go, folks. We'll have this up live in within the next 24 hours. It'll go up live on YouTube and things. So people, if you're listening in and you get hear it before next week, head down, have a listen, chuck in some coin. You always need to support our artists. It keeps us all going. But thank you very much for taking some time out of your evening tonight. I know because we're on the western states, you're on the eastern states. There's a bit of a delay there, so thanks for taking time out and sharing half an hour, or was it 20 minutes?
Yeah,
with us and
no worries.
Talking about your music.
Yeah,
Good
thanks
luck.
for having me.
No, thanks. Good luck with it. Hopefully everything will go really well for you and the album will take off. But I was going to put the song back on again, and we'll have a little bit of a chat just while we put the song back on, just so people can have another listen to it. If they can hear it. I think I put the volume down too low.
Yeah, turn her up.
Yeah. It's nice, clean and crisp sound. It's really good. You should be proud of it.
Thanks,
Yeah, that's cool.
Just a piece of gravel on the feet, but I know that
So keep the questions coming through. If you've got any questions, flick them through.
I wanna save you to defeat. Instead I'm sucking up that when the lights go out, you'll be with me. And I'll feel the heat of the sun beating down on my skin. Like the sunsets of water, I'll see you again.
There's so cool sound. That's a great track.
It was actually the engineer's guitar.
Yeah.
It was a 1960s remake of a Japanese Strat.
Yeah.
Nice salmon colour. Oh, it was lovely.
Cool. Alrighty, folks. So we're going to say cheerio to that. We're just going to play out the song. And we're going to be about it. So thanks, Nana. Thanks for joining us.
No worries.
And let's let this play out.
Feel the heat of the sun beating down on my skin.
That's what you were talking about earlier on. All right, folks, we're going to say cheerio. Don't forget to head over to Spotify and YouTube and stream some NEDR and get ready for his album.
Definitely.
Take care, everyone.